This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
Dun, 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 dun. We're back for the special episode of Off the Break Podcast. Welcome back, everyone.
On the mic.
Yeah, probably just gonna be some terrible low quality sound
just
in the background. Yeah,
And me singing to
It sounds
nothing.
amazing in here, but then it's just
yeah.
it's Star Wars.
Yay. We waited for the trailer to drop today.
Yeah, I had to sit through that whole panel of them asking questions that interviewers have been asking them for like 2 years, and they have to pretend to as if they're being asked it for the first time.
That panel was a blast, though.
It was. No, it was fun. It's just funny because you can tell they're so sick of these things. Everybody's asked, like, what's it like to be in a Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's life-changing.
So for a little bit of background, I know we're
Yes.
jumping right into this. Hi, by the way.
Hi, everybody. Kyle and Eric are joining me. Cody, your host today.
We swear she is the host, but Star
All-
Wars is so exciting.
All avid Star Wars fans here.
But the Star Wars convention was this weekend.
Yeah, Star
and
Wars Celebration.
Yeah, they finally had the panel for it. It was really fun to watch that panel too. Like everyone was so excited. Like
I didn't know
everyone
Stephen
was
Colbert
amped
was going to
up.
host it.
I know, but that was so cool, and he told
He's
a
a
great.
nerdy McNerditon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he-
I always forget about that.
You don't question his, that he knows this stuff when you hear him
And
talk
he had
about it.
he had a great story about his first encounter with Star Wars
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It was a pretty special.
And he's
one,
a genuine. He's genuine.
Too. Yeah, for real though.
don't-
And the
I
panel
don't
was just
think-
awesome all around. Everyone was so
Yeah.
happy to see all these actors, and there was a big. Applause for Kelly Marie Tran, and that was great to see
that
too,
was really
because she
nice.
has been through so much crap with some really
Back when Last
disgruntled
Jedi came
fans.
out, yep.
Yeah, but to see everyone like get the loudest cheers for her, that was pretty cool too.
Yes. I did not watch the panel.
Just take
But
our word
I'm
for it.
very
It's beautiful.
excited for it.
Yeah,
I had parent-teacher conferences, so more important
kind of
things were
important.
on the
I mean,
docket.
your child is more important than
Yeah.
Star Wars. We understand, but
But
we
I
were able to
s-
hold down the fort and see
Thank
what
you.
was happening.
And then I still came back right away to watch the trailer.
yeah, you ran back in and
I
were
did.
asking about it, and the teaser's awesome.
Yeah,
should we
let's-
just jump in? You
Yeah,
guys
I
want to get your
guess.
thoughts about it?
So teaser trailer dropped today,
Mhm.
and it featured a lot of Rey, a little bit of Kylo Ren.
Yeah, like half the trailer was that like scene where I'm guessing it's like a newly designed TIE interceptor is like flying at her, and she does this like martial arts
It's a
force
cool
jump
flip.
dodge.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, it was
With
cool.
the Luke lightsaber. The
Yeah.
blue Luke lightsaber.
the good old fashioned blue lightsaber. She's
Oh, I
still
love the
holding
blue
on
one.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it
Ooh,
was
I do really
it's
like the
so
green
cool.
one too. Those are my favorites.
All,
I love all
all
of
the
them.
shots are awesome in this. Like JJ
Yeah.
knows how to film these really epic,
Oh yeah.
big scale Star Wars shots, and it's just coming back to return, and
Yeah.
they all look great. Like I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's very much a teaser. You
Yeah.
see a lot of glimpses of the Resistance. I still want to say the Rebellion of the Resistance. Like
ours.
at the end of Last Jedi, obviously they are all but nothing. Like they're all crowded into the
one
Millennium
ship.
Falcon. But here you kind of get the sense that they've scrambled for what they could. They don't have a lot, but they're kind of on the run, doing what they can. This last ditch effort.
But I like in this one they're setting up the fact that they're all on the run together, because
Yeah.
they mentioned this on the panel too. The last movie, all the main characters were separated. Like they really, even in the first movie though, they really haven't had much time to be able to be a team and
Yeah.
work together. Like we like them, but we don't know much about them as an entire group. And you see just from little shots alone that's what it's going to be. It's going to be all of them.
Yeah, we've never
taking on-
been able to see Rey, Finn, and Poe all kind of
Yeah.
banter back and forth.
And we
Yeah.
don't see that in this trailer. Guys, we only see Rey, Kylo Ren, Leia, and Lando. We don't
Great
see
shout out to
Finn.
Lando.
We don't see
We saw Finn.
Yeah, Finn and Poe were
when
in
is
there.
Finn
You see
there?
Finn in like several shots.
Yeah, he's on the shot
you
where they're
sure?
on the
Yeah.
flyer. That
Yeah, him and
Poe's
Poe are like
driving.
on that kind of
Oh, I guess there's that one
skiff
group
thing.
shot.
Well, then
There's
there's a group shot of them at the end where they see like what look
Okay.
like the
and
top half of the Death Star in
Yeah.
the ocean out there. Yeah, no,
Is
they're all
that the
together.
Death Star top half? Oh,
But
where
it's the part that
when it
like the actual
blew.
cannon.
Yeah.
So I wonder how far out into the ocean it is, because I always thought the Death Star was gigantic.
Looked a ways away.
It could be
It's
a
big
really,
ocean.
really big planet.
Good. Yeah. I mean, could be.
Scale and size are, subjective in space.
They're relative.
I think the ending is going to be one of the biggest
Oh, yeah, we
questions.
haven't talked about that.
Yeah, the Emperor's laugh.
Coincidentally, right after Luke's like, no one's ever really gone.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful lines from the last movie.
It's
and
a
now they're
great
tying
line.
it to that menacing laugh. I was like, no, what?
And then after the trailer ended with that, I forget the actor's name, unfortunately, but the guy who plays...
Ian McDermott? I think that's his name.
Okay. He came out onto the panel, like the lights opened up, and he just came out and he starts doing his
quick evil voice.
Yeah, his evil
Roll
voice,
it
and
again.
everyone was losing it. And it's going to be crazy to see how he ties into this final movie, especially if it's going to be the last of a trilogy for a while.
So the name of the film is
Hey, we haven't
Rise
said that yet.
of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that? I had 3 questions. Is that Rey? She is Skywalker? Is that
No.
Rise of Kylo Ren? Because really,
Could be.
he's part Skywalker, part Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the rising of Luke Skywalker as a Force ghost?
I think it's just a catch-all, the Skywalkers for so long have been like synonymous with the Force or like
With
Star
Star
that's
Wars.
just they're the face
Right.
of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And this whole new trilogy is about, passing it on to the next generation, making it not just this one bloodline,
Then why
this
would you
one
call
family.
it Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know.
The
because
metaphor- the metaphor of
that's
it
why
all.
that's why I'm
I feel
curious
like
to see.
that just goes right back to the family we were trying to kind of move away from.
If I had to
Well, I'm
guess...
sure that's intentional, but there's going to be a twist to it in the
If I
actual
had
movie.
to guess, it's probably the clue that it's going to be Rey who finds out she's a Skywalker. That's not what I hope for, but I imagine that could be like the most logical choice. But what I would personally like is to see Kylo Ren become the one that rises up and is able to make that turn, kind of like what happened in Return of the Jedi with
Yeah, it's one last little act of
Anakin
redemption
Skywalker
before he
redeeming
dies.
himself.
What if it's Anakin Skywalker coming back?
No one stays dead.
Well, I-
fight,
Wait, no, that's
fight
Pet
the
Sematary.
Emperor one
That
last
was the
time
Pet
and
Sematary
save
line.
his grandson from the dark side. And
That would be kind of cool.
that would be kind of cool. I like that idea.
I mean, he worships
then-
Darth Vader so much that the
Right.
ghost of Anakin come over and be like, "What are you doing? You're an idiot."
He's
Right,
not
'cause
gonna.
he's
He's not
never-
gonna come out. He hasn't been in the new trilogy. He's not gonna come back for one last little showdown when this whole trilogy has been about these new
Technically, Luke
characters.
Skywalker wasn't in the trilogy to the last film and only at the end. Really?
The first one, yeah.
for the majority of
Yeah.
it.
So
Big climax was at the end.
Lando
for sure.
Calrissian wasn't in it till this one. There are people they could just come back, Eric.
Nah. I mean, they could, but I feel like that would be
The
a lame
Emperor
storytelling
wasn't
choice.
in the last few movies, and he's coming back.
We don't know how he's coming back though. Maybe it's just his essence.
Well,
you
why
know,
can't Force Ghost?
He got
Anakin
thrown into the
Skywalker
Death
come
Star.
back?
They stumble upon the ruins of the Death Star at the end. Maybe they're going in there to, maybe the Emperor is a sort of the embodiment of the dark side in the same way that the Skywalkers became the embodiment of the light side, and there's this metaphorical battle of balancing the Force.
I think it's not totally out there. I do think it could be plausible that Anakin could make an appearance, but Anakin,
I don't think so.
especially Hayden Christensen as that character, is a little bit of a tough subject. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be
the
Hayden
fans-
Christensen
I
coming
think-
back.
I think the fans do like him. I think they understand that the problems with the character didn't come from the actor; it came from the directing.
No, for sure. The
But
writing.
it's still, the face matches with the name, especially in the prequels, and that's really tough to risk.
I think
having
it's
a
just-
good reaction with him coming back. So plausible, but I'm not.
I don't
totally
think they're gonna
convinced.
physically come back in the flesh and like fight each other. It's
Force Ghost.
maybe. I think it's just that that idea of like the Emperor's shadow still looms over, because if the Emperor is the dark side, the same way that the Skywalkers are the light side, I think it's just like a bigger, more abstract idea of like finally the final showdown of the light and the dark and the balance. That's what
Finding
I
the
think.
balance.
Yeah.
No, I want more concrete things. I like me a story where it's like intertwined. The characters come
I
back.
don't know.
want-
I think if the Emperor literally comes back flesh and blood.
no, not flesh and blood. Force Ghost. I don't.
But even if he's a Force Ghost, what's he gonna do?
Maybe there's like new Force.
That seems a
Ghost
little too
powers.
fan fiction-y expanded universe books
I
to
like
me.
that though.
I don't know. I think they're gonna do something
But that's
none
the
of us are
beauty of it.
expecting, and it's gonna make sense at the end, and it's gonna be way better than any of these theories are.
That's the beauty of all this, though, is because it's giving us these awesome theories to talk about, but we still don't know. Like, a lot of movies can't really do that when it comes to teaser trailers or
I know
just normal trailers,
and that's what part of the mythos of the movies.
It's part of what makes it so special.
I just hate theorizing so much.
Oh, it can go
but
down.
You can't escape it.
I love it.
You can go down a deep
ideas.
rabbit hole, and it could get very heated for sure. But
really, I like this spinning, but
well,
spitballing
with hardcore fan bases, you know that.
Yeah,
that type
I mean,
of
you
thing.
can do it a little bit here
iffy,
and there, but that's what led to the toxic reaction to Last Jedi. People theorize too much for too long, and then they start taking it too seriously.
Yeah,
it's like that goes against the whole idea of movies.
I like our space where we can have our own theories.
I like having our own theories, but I'm not so attached to my theory. It's fun to
spin the wheels.
For me, and like the way I like stories told and the outcomes of the stories I would prefer to have like Anakin Skywalker come back as Force Ghost and redeem his grandson, see his son again, fight alongside his son as Force Ghost, and defeat the one Emperor that he thought he could defeat it, but hasn't. I'm
not ruling out. I think it could be cool if he does appear somehow. Maybe not a Force Ghost, maybe like an implied thing, but it would be cool if Kylo Ren had some sort of interaction with this guy he's idolized for so long, and Anakin's like, dude, you have it so backwards. And Kylo Ren's like, my grandfather who I've idolized my whole life is telling me that I have it all wrong. Like, then I would add even more crisis of identity to him
and disappointment and and disillusionment.
No, see, there's many ways you can go about these. I just don't want a literal showdown, a Force Ghost duel between Force Ghost Anakin and Force Ghost Emperor. I feel like that would be lame.
I would want Emperor, Force Ghost Anakin, Force Ghost Obi-Wan, Force Ghost
Mexican standoff.
Like, all of them.
This makes me think of George Lucas when he was directing prequels, being like, and then I want Yoda to be against General Grievous. And
Force Ghost Yoda. I just want them the lineup to all come back.
Oh God, that would be the worst thing ever.
Then it's Force Ghost Emperor, but then it's like real life First Order, like bazillion people army.
But unlike,
that would be awesome.
But I mean, that would.
General
I like what you're saying
there.
though. Like, you would
Kylo
like this
Ren.
stuff. Like, you would like this stuff to happen, but you're not going to be completely disappointed if it doesn't happen. Like, as long as it's a good story. I mean, because that's kind
I'm
of
of the Ryan Johnson camp. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't care to make assumptions of what I want to happen. What I want to happen is whatever I see when I go to the movie theater and watch it.
I'm gonna write some fan fiction in my diary tonight.
Yeah, just go ahead.
I'm gonna write the battle I want, and then when it doesn't happen, I'll go back, shed a tear, and read.
Instead of bashing
There's
everyone.
Always fan fiction, everybody. You can always create what you wanted.
Yeah, instead of bashing everyone on Twitter for not getting what you want, just write fan fiction. Get it all out.
Channel out that anger a more healthy way.
Yeah,
exactly.
Don't expect what you want. Like, you can theorize.
You're not
and want
entitled
this
to
stuff,
anything.
As long as you have a good movie.
I guess that's my biggest thing with theorizing, because theorizing so easily just turns into expectations.
It leads into people like really.
And then when people don't get what they think they deserve, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Who are you to demand this movie to be told a certain way? You didn't create this thing. I thought you liked Star Wars for being Star Wars, you know?
So, guys, what do we think? Is this gonna bomb, or is this gonna
be
one of the
huge.
biggest
No, I
movies
feel like
ever made?
they, you know, it's those weird things when you think about it. It's like, whoa, it's been a long time since we last had, you know, not counting Solo, because it's always kind of, you know, it's a random thing, but it's been the longest time between Star Wars films since Force Awakens.
Since we got him back.
But then when you think about it, it's like, it actually doesn't feel like that long now. It feels just right, though.
I mean, the Last Jedi review was, I wrote it when I first started, and that was here, and that was 2 years ago. And
oh my gosh, it's been that long, guys.
Yeah.
Christmas of
It
2017.
went by so fast.
I know.
Christmas of 2017.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's been a while.
And I
think people,
I love that, though. They played this so well to just quieting the storm, just letting people mull over their emotions. And now we got more pumped for Celebration and for this teaser.
The extreme sides of Last Jedi have calmed down. So now Last Jedi is just known as like one of those controversial movies, one of the polarizing ones, which is fine. That's a fine reputation to have. Lots of movies have that.
Yeah.
Solo, people are like, yeah, it was fine, but there are a lot of reasons it didn't do very big. I think when people think of Solo, they think of Disney getting smarter and realizing Star Wars fatigue is a real thing.
Yeah.
So everybody's more or less on the same page. Like, okay, we took a much needed breather. Last Jedi reactions have calmed down. Let's get excited about Star Wars again.
And it showed.
Yeah,
I think it
I
really
think
has
so.
shown.
I think it's surprising that Star Wars works at a certain time of year. I don't know what it is about Christmas, but there's something about where it feels bigger than a summer blockbuster, but more intimate.
It's the whole mythos.
The family oriented.
Yeah, Star Wars.
That's what I was thinking.
Star Wars is whether you personally love it or not, you can't. Star Wars is just bigger than anything out there.
Right, but I don't think it would have the same impact in summer. I think there's
I keep
something
forgetting
different.
it was originally supposed to come out next month.
Right. I feel like
I'm trying to remember the release dates of all the other ones. I'm pretty sure prequels were released in summer.
They were all in May.
They were the prequels.
Yeah.
But that was Fox. That was a different studio, and
That was a different time.
Force Awakens was Force Awakens the movie that proved Christmas can be a huge blockbuster
Christmas
time?
has always been a huge blockbuster time. It's
Because
always
Avatar
been very.
came out. No, wait, it didn't. It
no,
didn't come out during
Avatar
Christmas.
came out early in the year, but
Yeah. Okay.
but Christmas has always been very lucrative because people are off and they're willing to spend money and it's family time.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many releases.
But then I guess Force
if there's
Awakens
not a
came
Star
out and
Wars movie.
redefined it
Yeah.
as Star Wars time.
Yeah.
Star Wars season.
Well, it is this year, that's for sure.
Let's say you just didn't have while you had successful movies at Christmas, you didn't have $200 million
Yeah.
opening weekend movies at Christmas. You don't even have that really in the summer. I mean,
No.
Avengers will do it this year, but besides Avengers,
it's very certain movies. And
Right.
Star Wars is one of those.
it's an event film. Avengers is an event
a true
film.
event in an age where it seems like every blockbuster is
It's
trying to be an event.
Yeah. But no, it'll be
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
crazy. I love Rey. I love seeing. I know there's a lot of like trolls that hate seeing a strong female like Jedi character,
Nah,
but
they're idiots.
yeah, but I like it because I like her as a character. Like,
Yeah.
I love her.
She's
Yeah, she's
essentially
awesome.
We've gotten to a point I feel like where like as a whole, because the Last Jedi reaction was just so cringy, for so many reasons, whether you like the movie or not, the fact that it was just such a big thing. I don't think anybody wants to go back to that. So
No.
even if somehow that exact same reaction happens with this one, I feel like people are just kind of over the whole trolls. People just kind of write them off. Just like,
yeah.
it's like, yeah, you're
It was a real
still
learning
butthurt about
experience on
that.
how to handle social media.
Yeah, kind of
attacks.
culturally, just as a whole.
Yeah, if you think about it a little.
I love that scene in I don't love everything about Last Jedi, and we've talked a lot about how I don't like how they made Luke Skywalker, and that's fine. Like that's one part of it.
Yeah.
But I do love some of the other directions, like when they showed the little slave boy that had the Force and stuff. Like I like that hope and that possibility.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this new trilogy. It's not just in the Skywalker blood, the Force and all the good
Despite the
things that
title.
come with the Force.
Yeah.
It's in everybody, because the whole appeal of Star Wars, Stephen Colbert talked about it. The little kids seeing themselves as that little farm person on in the desert with dreams of something bigger.
The little farm boy.
Yeah. Well, it's farm person now.
Farm person.
Yeah, but just that that outcast, that character that doesn't feel like they belong.
Yeah, but you dream of something bigger,
and I feel like the new
anybody
film,
can
is
achieve
bringing that up a notch again. Rey was that character, just abandoned, alone, kind of
not
found
special in any way.
No, and now she's
Your parents are nothing.
It's true.
We hope. But
we hope. Well, even if they change it, even if she was, it doesn't negate the fact that she grew up abandoned and alone.
Exactly.
And that
That's a good
stays with
point.
you.
That
So
is who she was.
if she is nothing, or if she is a Skywalker, it makes it even more tragic if she had a family like a Skywalker. That makes it even more tragic in my book.
See, that's what I think the title.
point.
That's what I think
really
the title's getting at. As cheesy it may sound to say it right now, it's like I'm a Skywalker. I'm a Skywalker. I'm a Skywalker. We're all Skywalkers.
Yeah.
That's what I think they're getting at.
I'm Spartacus.
Yeah. And that's what Rise of Skywalker is like, guess what?
It's a
The Force
metaphor.
awoke, then the Last Jedi lit that
Appeared.
spark that sent hope back out into the galaxy, seeing examples with the little
Or
slave
maybe
boys.
Last Jedi
Farm
was
person.
Luke Skywalker ending the previous Jedi Order to start what
He
Jedis
did,
mean
yeah,
into the future.
He's like, okay, we there's some valuable knowledge to be learned from the Jedi, but they could have done things a little bit better.
Yeah.
And so he, faced down the First Order with his laser sword, sent the spark out to the
Lightsaber.
galaxy. Now everybody everywhere believes in it, believes in the good of the Force and the Jedi again. And so now we all realize that we are all Skywalker.
I think don't know what it is.
At least that's what we hope people get out of this.
I love seeing Luke Skywalker all in black with his lightsaber. That just gets me like,
yes.
Oh my god, he's gonna do
That's why
it.
it was
He's
such
gonna
a
be
powerful
so
image
badass.
that resonated all across the galaxy.
Yeah.
But I love that was his Force image, was the image from Return of the Jedi, like where you see him in as Prime, and he goes back to that, only with a beard, which I like.
So I'm excited.
I'm sure
people who have to latch onto every last thing, they're gonna be like, "The Rise of Skywalker isn't a good title." Blah, blah, blah.
See,
to me, the title of all the Star Wars movies, taken on their own, there's never anything special about them. What? The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, they're just they do what they need to do.
A New Hope.
We're gonna sit with the title for a little bit, and then eventually, as we get closer to the movie, you don't think about the title separated from the movie. You just think about the movie, and you just refer to it as its title.
Yeah, that's a good point there.
Like, I'm not sitting here thinking like, I don't know how Rise of Skywalker sounds. Like, do I like that title? It doesn't matter. That's the name of the movie, and the movie
I was more of like
what
thinking how it sounded in relation to the other names. Like, is it, because it was, let's see, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and this one's Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker.
And I mean,
they all kind of sound cool when you start.
All 9 movies, it's called the Skywalker Saga. It's the first time Skywalker's been in the title.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's about time.
Just at
it's
the
about
end.
time those Skywalkers finally got the spotlight.
Yeah, the recognition they deserve
Yeah,
at the end
they
of
never
the
get
saga.
enough credit. Sure, one of them was bad, but the other one
really bad. Well, 2 of them are
only
bad.
One of the worst, one of the best worst villains of all time. But
slaughtered a bunch of young ones.
What was if he Force Ghost comes back
to
and then
do?
puts that memory in Kylo Ren? Be like, I'm evil. You're not evil. You're baby evil compared to me.
Oh, I wanted more Kylo Ren. If I'm gonna be honest, that was one thing, because I just cannot get enough of that guy.
Him lasering the helmet back together.
He's such a brutal fighter, though. Like impaling that guy, lifting him up, and then slamming him on the ground. He's angry.
I love the character. I know some people are like, oh, he's whiny. Oh, he's...
Yeah, of course he is. That's why I love him. He's the best part of the new movies.
And then there's parts in the movies, at least for me, where I see him growing into something maybe darker, but I'm hoping so much that he turns into like a good person again, because I love this character so much.
Yeah, he's my favorite part of it.
He's underrated, I think.
Do you want him to be good in of that his person, like, or do you want him to be good because of his parentage?
For himself. I want him to, because he's already, at the end of Last Jedi, he almost solidified himself. He chose his path. He is going to be evil, but I feel like,
but he also reached out to Rey. Like, he didn't want to go on that path alone.
He's always been tempted. Tempted by the light is always a weird thing to say.
Right, but he's more tempted by the light.
To the light. But you get the sense that, he's always had this struggle. It's just you've never seen somebody struggling to stay away from the light side before.
Right.
And so you know that there's still that goodness in him, but he just doesn't believe that they're still saving him, so he's just kind of giving in. But I want to see him realize that he can be good.
I only want to see him be good because of his parentage. Like, it breaks my heart, the idea that Han Solo's only son would be evil.
Yeah.
And the guy that grew up a street orphan finally found true love and this family, and then created a family of his own, only to have his son be evil. Like, I
kill him.
Yeah, and kill him. I think that's why I so much want him to be redeemed. Only because
I want to be redeemed for that too, but for himself, I feel like.
See, part of me is like, you killed your father. I want you to die. Like, you killed Han Solo. I don't want you to be redeemed. But for him and his sake, I do. Isn't that terrible?
Hot take.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I mean? When you just are like, you are so bad that you're not even worth living for me in my mind.
And that's probably how he sees himself. He
should.
I already killed my dad. I'm evil. There's no hope for me. But I don't know. I feel like Force Ghost Luke, Rey, maybe Anakin. I think they can maybe pull him back, if not at the very, very end, maybe, like as he's dying.
Am I trying to turn Star Wars into an Avengers where I'm like,
better not be.
Team Force Ghost light side, Team Force Ghost bad side in the epic battle?
God, no. Please, no.
I just got very excited by the idea that if nothing ever dies and they can all come back as Force Ghosts, who do I want to see at this last one? Who's on my dream team of Force Ghost fighters?
All I know is if this is the definitive end of the Skywalker saga, like they keep saying it is, Kylo Ren and Leia have to go out somehow. I don't know.
Leia has to go out somehow. Or maybe she does go out, and then that scene we saw her in like what appeared to be a paradise was a dream sequence or something.
It did look, yeah, the
What if it's where Force Ghosts live?
Force Ghost Land.
It's Force Ghost Heaven.
I love it.
So where's Force Ghost Hell?
That's true. Anakin's just all alone in Force Ghost Hell.
No.
Could not be redeemed.
I don't know.
Is Darth Maul a Force Ghost, or does he come back with his
Darth Maul
spider
didn't
legs?
go anywhere. He wasn't important enough.
So is he still alive?
How
Can we
dare
get
you.
a live old man Darth Maul spider
He's
legs?
probably just angry doing some day job somewhere. I don't know. Waiting to die. For real.
Oh man, Star Wars is back. That's
Yeah, no,
awesome.
I'm excited.
And people are happy about it so far.
Maybe we'll submit our fan fiction theories on SSI.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's where they'll live on.
Yeah, that's the platform.
Our hopes and dreams will live on.
Yeah.
On insider articles on silverscreeninsider.com. We got to put in our theories now, so that after we see it,
So you can hold us to it.
can be like, yes, remember I called it Force Ghost Melee.
Maybe I'll make
Yoda's
a couple
captain.
predictions.
That one would be pretty fun to do.
Ugh.
Yeah, we should do that,
Mhm.
and they can be as crazy as you want them to be.
Ugh.
Eric's will be like, whatever J.J.
Whatever
Abrams
happens.
Yeah,
wants.
whatever J.J. Abrams wants to do, lol.
I
happy.
loved it.
Hey, I'll be on. There's parts I don't like about. There's lots of parts I don't like about all of the Star Wars movies, but as a whole,
Is
I'm
there
in
ever
it.
one you just don't like?
Any movie? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
love any of the prequels, but still watch them. But that's been talked about to death. Like Force Awakens. I don't know. It's a little awkward that Poe goes away for a really long time because he was supposed to die. So I feel like he's not much of a character in the first one. He's very
Right.
charming and likable in the lines he says, but I don't know. Force Awakens, yeah, it was a really safe movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not crazy about the Canto Bight sequence in Last Jedi. I don't think it's pointless, like a lot
Right.
of people pretend that it is.
Because it ends
But-
with that because you get introduced to that little boy and stuff. And
Yeah, the whole theme of the movie
Eh.
is the Canto Bight sequence.
I'm not a fan.
It's showing that there are people out there who don't know that there are still people fighting the good fight out there,
Right,
or that
and
the
they don't
resistance
care.
is even a thing. So they just have lost all hope, and then Rose and Finn show them like, don't worry,
Well-
guys. There's still people. Just hang on. There's
I
still
think
good people out there.
It showed that the world is bigger, and it's not just so either your First Order or your
Yeah,
resistance.
exactly.
There are people profiting
Mhm.
and want
The
to see
elite.
the elite, and they want to see
It's all
this
the
war
in-betweens.
keep going.
So Canto Bight is a very important
yeah,
sequence, just in purely in
remind
terms of
people
like
of that.
the set pieces or
Mhm.
the action that happens there. It's not my favorite part of the movie, but I recognize that it's important, and it
I
doesn't.
feel like
it doesn't
Solo
take
does
me
that
out.
too, to a certain degree. Reminds people that there
Yeah.
are other gangsters and there are
Mhm.
other worlds, and they just really don't care what happens.
Yeah, there's more than the Skywalkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
The
call.
Rise of the Skywalker.
But at least the
I'll-
Skywalkers are out there
9.
stopping planet size,
Yeah.
Death Stars from
I'll
destroying
call out,
whole
I'll
systems.
call out things I don't like when I see them. I'm not like a blind fan,
Mhm.
but I'm open to how they want to end the story because I like what they've told so far, and I don't want them to, change their original idea purely because they're afraid
Maybe
of
they'll-
angry internet comments.
Maybe they'll read our fan art and be like, "Damn, we should have done that."
Back to the drawing board. Rise
Oh
of
my God.
Skywalker's canceled, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
This
were
idea
we
was too
thinking?
good to pass up.
We'll put this on Disney Plus.
Yeah, the alternate cut.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh yeah, Disney Plus.
We should probably mention that they
Oh yeah,
did
Disney Plus.
they did Disney unveiled their new streaming service yesterday.
Specifics.
So
yes, I think.
yeah, yesterday.
Yep.
And it was more specifics. It's coming out in November.
November
They're
12th.
gonna have a lot of product on it, a lot of new shows, a lot of returning stuff. You can
Mhm.
really see where they needed the Fox product to kind of fill out
Yeah.
some of it.
Yeah, for sure.
To give variety. It would look so Disney if you didn't have Simpsons on there.
I forgot they have National
really
Geographic too.
National Geographic. Of course, they're going to have, the Star Wars and Marvel properties, Pixar. They're going to start with only a few of their movies in the library, but I think they're going to
they kind of laid out a plan, year 1, year 2.
I think that's because they're contractually obligated to keep some of those films at other places
until they expire or something. But the big selling point was that it's only $6.99 a month. So Disney's stock exploded. People are going crazy. They're like, "Oh my god, this is such a great deal." Obviously, they're probably going to raise it later, like every subscription service does. For sure.
Yeah.
But they are going to get so many people in.
Yeah, when they see $7.
The first thought I had when I read their plan was they in one single move they basically like won the streaming market.
Mm-hmm.
Literally though, it's crazy. I was not expecting $7. It's gonna make skeptics like me who think that it's cool, but it's not necessary to have a streaming service for Disney now see like the $7 mark, and I'm like, oh boy, that's tempting.
These are the thing, this is why Disney is Disney.
Yeah,
we're powerless to them. And they know
might as well just give in and pay $7 a month.
Take me, Disney.
But yeah, so that announcement came about yesterday, and it's crazy. It's
now with
happen.
Star Wars announcement, Disney is riding high, higher than normal.
Yeah, and they're gonna be riding high because they have a full summer slate. I mean, Avengers comes out in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And so that's going to probably be one of the biggest opening weekends of all time, at least in the top 5. Yeah. And it'll probably make a top 5 global box office.
Yeah, I think so.
As well. So it's going to be massive and huge. And so they're going to have Star Wars finally out, which is going to get millions and millions of downloads today. And then they had the Disney streaming, which people have been waiting for. Then Avengers.
Just bang, 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 bang.
They might lose a little bit with Aladdin. We don't know yet. Toy Story might rise that a little bit.
Oh, Toy Story will rise
Then they'll be back high on the hog with Lion King.
Yeah.
Artemis Fowl back down.
Yeah. Forgot about that. They can afford a couple
for every 3 hits. There's always a dud.
Yeah.
Like just throw it out there. A little bit of money is better than no money. Just push those out there.
So speaking of that, we saw the updated Lion King trailer.
Let's try and talk about anything other than Star Wars for a second, because that's the only trailer on my mind.
Again, we have James Earl Jones narrating the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, his voice.
So beautifully.
It never gets old.
It's still smooth as butter. It's amazing.
But you don't hear any of the other creatures talk except for...
You hear Scar.
Scar, yeah.
Voiced by Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Oh, and that was good. I was actually like, ooh, this is creepy.
You're going to say that last name for me one more time. Do you know? Is that how it's pronounced?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Ejiofor? Okay, now I know.
I'm not going to try to butcher it, sorry.
I've never known how to pronounce it.
I mean, I love Jeremy Irons' version to death. It will always be my Scar, but... Ejiofor sounds great.
Yeah, he does.
Really sounds
good.
I think
definitely
people should give him more of a
chance.
This is going to be good.
A lot less flamboyant.
Yeah,
right.
Which is funny because the biggest criticism is people being like, "Oh, this Scar doesn't look like the one animated for him. It doesn't have a black mane. It doesn't sound like Irons." And I'm like, guys, it looks like a real lion, voiced by Chiwetel Ejiofor. He's phenomenal. Without all give it a chance. Come on.
I was kind of sad that you didn't hear the bird talk.
Oh, by John Oliver.
Yeah.
Zazu.
Zazu.
Right?
He is so good. Just like John Oliver stole the show in Wonder Park with his safety guy Steve.
Right.
Porcupine Steve. He, I think, will steal the show a little bit just because his voice is so perfect for that, like, neurotic.
I'm assuming Key and Peele are Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
No, it's Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Billy Eichner
I thought Keegan and Peele, just based on the casting, and they're like two buds.
No, Keegan.
Are they hyenas?
Keegan is a hyena. Jordan Peele isn't in this.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they both were.
No, you're thinking of Toy Story 4.
Where they play toys.
Ducky and Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that part's great. But yeah, Keegan is going to be voicing one of the hyenas.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this trailer a lot, you know.
It looks beautiful.
I'm not as big of a Lion King head as Kyle, but even not, you know.
That's just a mistake.
I can't deny that this trailer got me excited.
The CinemaCon footage had the whole scene with Simba and Mufasa going to the top of the rock and seeing the
that's
light.
unfair. Oh, that's so
And
cool.
seeing everything the light touches and
Yeah.
and having all those talks, and then it goes them on a patrol, and Zazu is there, and he's chatter in the background, and they're gonna like pounce on him, and that's kind of the scene.
Yeah.
And so you see parts of that in this trailer. But I found it interesting because the other part of this trailer was also featured in that CinemaCon footage, and you don't hear Timon and Pumbaa at all, and you can see
in the CinemaCon version.
Yeah,
Footage.
you
Okay.
don't
Because it's
hear
at the
them
end
either.
of the trailer.
Well, you didn't hear them because I thought the narration was talking over it a little bit, but you can hear him singing that.
The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
No,
Or Hukuna Matanda.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And you know, in the montage of him getting bigger and stuff. And
Oh, the montage.
Yeah, that was in
awesome.
the trailer.
Oh,
Yeah,
it all looks so
exactly.
good.
Shot for shot.
it was, and they're like kind of dancing
Yeah.
and singing. I'm like, oh, I want to hear that.
Theaters need to prepare for this movie.
Me too.
Just get your screens ready. Like that. That's all you can say. It's gonna be big.
Oh, I know.
It was
Lion
big in
King
the
is
90s.
Such a classic.
JTT voicing
Will it
young
be-
Simba.
Never forgotten.
No.
Never forgotten.
I'll never forget
was
that.
strange
I
to-
don't know what other movies he was in besides Man of the House, which I fell in love with him in that. But
Oh, you gotta watch. You
Chevy
gotta watch
Chase.
his start in Home Improvement. Come on.
oh wait,
man.
trust me, I watched a lot of
Okay,
Home
good,
Improvement.
okay, good,
I
good.
know where he got to start. I just meant movie wise.
Right.
Ooh, you know who you're talking to?
Yeah.
It was strange. Not hearing Donald Glover and Beyonce voice Simba and Nala yet, but that might be saved for a final trailer. Maybe
Or
they'll tease the song, the duet they might sing together. I don't know, but
Do they sing a duet?
the love song? I imagine they're gonna sing the love song together.
What's the love song?
What was it? Hey, can you feel the love tonight?
That
I
was
imagine.
That
I
song.
imagine they're gonna sing that together, if not a different version of
Do you
it.
think they'll have that in the movie?
Yeah,
It's so slightly inappropriate.
they're just lions falling
just-
in love.
She fell in the grass.
At least they
looked up
yeah.
lovingly
At
at
least
him.
the camera turned away.
Like,
They didn't show what happened next.
They're animals. That's
They're
what they
animals. Let them.
do with the mate.
Yeah, let them mate. I'm just saying, we haven't heard them yet, and I'm very curious why, but it might be just for the buildup of it.
yeah,
Because Beyonce's going to sell this movie alone.
you think so, Queen Bee?
Oh, yeah. She could sell me a
He's a
pencil.
little bit older than Donald Glover. Well,
They're lions.
I'm sure Donald Glover wouldn't care.
no.
He gets to work with Beyonce. I think he's going to be just
If
fine.
he got a crack at Beyonce, he'd be like, I'm taking it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Beyonce is making music with Elton John for this, too, so I imagine there's going to be...
Jeez. Star power in front of and behind the camera.
Yeah, that's why
My God.
they're blasting these names.
Look
So-
what we have.
Yeah, look at all of this talent we have. This movie's gonna be such a blast for me. I'm sold.
Dang it,
they got my
Disney.
tickets.
I never
Why?
liked the first one. This one looks exactly like the first one, so I'm like,
Yeah,
I mean, it looks
But-
exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just, shot wise.
yeah.
But you have to realize, it's been a long time. A lot of people, you update classic
Right.
movies
I
for new
can't-
generations.
yeah.
If I didn't like it when JTT was in it, I don't know if anything's gonna.
Oh,
Beyonce's
that
not gonna get
hurts.
How
me
can
now.
you not?
Oh,
I
that
don't
hurts.
understand how you can not like it. Like
I
just
just-
straight up not like it.
I know.
I like it. I think it's a great
in
movie.
fact, I got like a reaction when my mother-in-law bought it for the boys. I'm like, no.
what?
It was like my
Jeez.
first reaction. I don't want that in the house. It's so bad.
Yeah,
I
see,
don't
I
know.
just-
I
Those
don't know how
lions
to.
were being very inappropriate before they were gonna mate.
Mating's gross.
Mating's gross. Don't do that.
It's
Lion
unnatural.
sluts. No, I don't. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just too
Too dark.
upsetting.
You don't like Hamlet?
No, maybe it's just too upsetting. The idea that
It's a dark story.
that his dad dies and he gets runs
Murdered
off
by his
and-
brother.
I mean, I gotta say that held me because I had a family member pass away that we were all close with. So like at that time when I was watching the first Lion King, like that really
Oh yeah,
helped me
resonated.
at a young age.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
it is upsetting, but it is awesome when
a
a
real
movie can
thing.
really help
Yeah.
you through
I think it's
emotions.
important.
I'm just throwing that out there. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it's
I
important
didn't have
kids
that
see these things and
experience, so-
well, I'm glad you
That didn't
didn't.
help me.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
didn't have that experience, but anyway, it's just different for people. People get different reactions.
I wonder too if it's just the timing. Like in that part in the 90s, I was
Yeah.
trying to be a big kid, and those were baby
Yeah.
movies.
I mean,
And
the Toy Story.
maybe-
came
Yeah,
out
you're just at
around
the
same
age
And
where
I
time,
hated
so-
Toy
you
Story.
ironically
Yeah.
didn't realize that part of being a big kid is being able to recognize that little kid things are for all ages.
I was like, no,
You still had some wising up to do.
I want big kid movies.
I probably never grew up to be a big kid until 18.
What's a big kid?
How
do you know you're a big kid?
When you try to be a big kid at like 10 or 11, but
I never
it doesn't
tried.
work.
We
I saw how ridiculous people around me looked when they're so obviously like pretending to like these things more than they did. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you? Wow.
Just
Who
like
are you fooling?
Wait,
Like,
we all know that Eric's not a big kid yet. He doesn't own a file cabinet.
no, I have a fridge. I have a perfectly good fridge that I can stack papers on top of.
Yeah, that's a great place to put all that.
I could buy
stuff.
one of those like accordion organizers. Call it good.
That would probably be a step up from the fridge. It'd probably be a
But
good
then you
thing.
would put it on the fridge.
You
of
could
course.
just
Yeah,
have it be a year. Be like, there was 2019, and you can put that thing up on the fridge.
As long as I don't have to leave. As long as I can still put stuff on the fridge, I'll be happy.
Do we want to go to the next trailer now?
Yeah, Addams Family. I do love Addams Family, and this trailer was really exciting for me. I thought it looked really good, and the tone was there. I don't know about the animation.
Animation does look weird, but to me, it looks weird in the same way that the characters are just weird, so it kind of fit.
I thought it looked cheap, and that's
I can kind of see that.
Maybe a little
Like a student project.
Yeah.
Like an animation class.
maybe a little
capstone.
rubbery,
or like
I
a
was fine with
low budget
it.
streaming movie.
Yeah. But, to me, it the style of it fit the style of the characters.
Yeah, the only other thing I didn't like was I didn't think Morticia and Gomez matched very well. Like in the movies, they looked beautiful together, and they were creepy. And
Yeah, I've
I think
never
a
seen-
tall, thinner Gomez, the short, fat Gomez, just didn't really do it for me. But other than that, all the other characters were awesome, and I thought it was fun, and I liked.
Yeah,
seeing
I
the
mean, I've never
animated.
been huge. I don't know the Addams Family very well. I've never seen the movies, and
What?
I
You've never-
couldn't name all the characters.
See,
in
when-
the
At least
family.
watch the
Instead-
first one.
Instead of watching Lion King, I was watching Addams Family.
Oh,
Wow,
you were
look at
super
you.
edgy and
Yeah.
cool and
Big
grown up.
kid.
Big kid movies.
Wow.
It's probably what rated PG instead of G.
Ooh.
Not those silly Disney
We're not
movies.
worthy.
Yeah.
We're not worthy.
There's a bunch of other movies.
No, I liked it. I didn't. I mean, I get obviously a teaser trailer, the first trailer. So they don't give you a whole lot. It just looked kind of like a day in the life of the Addams Family
Showing
household.
those shenanigans.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what wacky shenanigans they were.
I've been really looking forward to this one for a while. As much as I like the live action Addams Family movies, they really came from a comic strip format, and they came from an illustration style that was so different, and it really translates from that to this anime version, and I think it works well. I do get like it may look a little rubbery and a little cheap, but
Wednesday's
for how
forehead
weird it
for me.
is, yeah,
Yeah, because it's so.
it'll work. I think it'll work out
And
just fine.
Morticia a little bit.
Which one's that?
The mom.
Yeah.
She was a little. I don't know.
Well, I'm looking forward to this one. I think the voice talent here is also
Yeah.
really good.
I'll
Yeah.
take. I'll watch anything with
Charlize
Oscar Isaac.
Theron and Oscar Isaac. Come on, that's
I
great.
think it's gonna be really good. I think it's timed well. It's in the fall, and we need
Yeah.
all the good kids product we can get in the fall.
That'll be a good
Yeah.
Halloween season movie.
Oh yeah.
definitely.
So I think it's timed really well. It's just a
For
little
sure.
like I gotta get behind the animation
I'm sure
style.
it'll grow on you.
Yeah, it just
Maybe.
in the
hopefully.
year that we got into the Spider-Verse, I'm like getting really picky about animation
To the
now.
Spider-Verse.
Look at you.
I know. Even Toy Story looks like it's so much more
Toy Story
beautifully
4,
animated.
How to Train Your Dragon 3, Spider. Yeah, there's a lot of great animation out
so
there.
the bar's
Yeah.
been set really high for me. So
It's just different.
yeah,
It's just different.
It works for its format.
cheaper.
We got one more trailer as well.
Yeah, Anna
Should we
from Lionsgate.
Should we give a little description, because this one kind of came out of nowhere?
What's Anna?
It's about
I thought you had a synopsis queued up and you were gonna like read it.
it's about
that was
a
funny.
supermodel spy assassin who goes out and kicks butt
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
a really
with plates.
Well, it's Luke
horrific, gory
Besson, who's his last movie was Valerian, and this.
which actually was
City
really
of a
good. I
Thousand
thought.
Planets.
He's
but-
the
But,
creator
he made-
of Lucy.
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. He made a Joan of Arc movie with Mia Jovovich. He did The Professional, which
he's-
kind of made a very young Natalie Portman also badass. He likes his badass women kicking butt movies.
he does.
And this trailer was really just one extended scene of her just killing everybody in this restaurant with
It looked
whatever
awesome.
was close by, like
When she-
smash a plate over some guy's
Yeah.
head and use the broken pieces to
She's
slit
shooting
other
people
throats.
like point blank, John Wick style.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it does look kind of John Wicky.
Yeah.
With a female Russian model spy lead, and Helen Mirren is in it.
Yeah, looking like
the supporting cast.
She
Helen
looks
Mirren,
so weird. It took me a
does.
second. I was like, what? Like Edna Mode or something?
Luke Evans made an appearance, and I was like, oh, now
Right.
I'm in. I love Luke Evans. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't be fair to say it's just another one of those, movies, because there's a lot of movies where people just go around killing lots of people and looking badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a very well shot, well edited trailer. It got me excited.
It was a well shot scene that I think is gonna sell people.
Yeah, it's very kinetic, and I mean, obviously very, very John Wick inspired.
I
Yeah.
feel like it could be difficult of a sell because there's gonna be a lot of product in between that might be a little bit bigger in
Yeah,
people's
when is this one
eyes.
coming out?
Let me see.
I can't
here.
remember.
It looks like June 21st.
Okay.
And I think that's
Ooh.
gonna be like between Toy Story and Lion King.
I think Men in Black is in there, and in the June release schedule, we will have had Secret Life of Pets. I know
Child's
that's,
Play.
oh,
the
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
guess
that.
I guess I do think that this probably will fall by the wayside a little bit, maybe, which is unfortunate because it does
Yeah.
look like it could be really good.
It
Unless
looks like
if
a really
it's-
good August movie. It should have
Yeah.
been end of summer. I think.
Unless if it just becomes like a surprise, kind of like with Lionsgate, John Wick.
Like-
I mean,
Yeah, or Atomic Blonde
But-
kind of had decent
Yeah.
legs for what it was,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I suppose it
It kinda
did.
but
hung
that
around.
had Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I've
Who's a
never
bigger
heard of the
name?
woman in this one.
And,
before.
I think this is gonna be a breakout role type thing for her
Yeah,
Who
hopefully.
else was in Atomic?
because she does
Blonde?
look great. Atomic Blonde.
Yeah. What's
Oh,
it?
James McAvoy.
Yeah. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of, and it had that crazy twist at the end. And
James McAvoy was in that.
yeah,
Yeah,
he played the other like counterpart
Oh, that's
agent.
He was a Russian spy, wasn't he?
I like James.
Yeah.
Anyway, that it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this one for an action flick during
Looked
the
pretty
summer.
good.
If you've seen them all and you want to see a new movie,
Yeah.
this one could work.
Check out the trailer. It's very well choreographed.
Lions-
Very
anything.
well choreographed.
Yep.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Speaking of Lionsgate, not to move on, but Kyle and
will.
I went to the early show of Hellboy
Yeah,
last
we saw
night.
it together.
We saw each other there. It was good. I was on date night.
And I was on date night with my friends.
Yeah, there was maybe a date night going on there. I don't know.
Tell me,
you know,
tell me all
Yeah.
about it.
it's a very close knit group of friends. I'll just believe it.
Well, I meant the movie, but
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
sorry.
So I don't usually see movies like this. I'm
yeah,
like,
I was like,
"Oh,
what? This doesn't seem like
violence."
there's gore, Cody.
I know.
There's
Oh.
blood.
God, there's a lot.
There's a lot of blood
oh
and
my
gore.
God.
I actually really like Hellboy, the character, like what Guillermo del Toro did with him. I've always liked the being an outcast and monster on the outside, but just so wanting to be accepted and loved on the inside.
Yeah, vulnerable soul.
Yeah, I really like that character because he is, even though he kills a lot of creatures and does a lot of bad things, he still wants to be good. That desire to be good is always there. So I've always been drawn to the character. So I actually was kind of excited to see this. But
But
no, it is surprisingly like campy and like hokey, and
you have to
kinda
watch it with a
crazy.
certain frame of mind.
you do. You have to go
Yeah.
into it knowing it's terrible and just really wanting a terrible gore fest movie to turn your brain off to.
Yeah. Just laugh along with the
Yeah,
ridiculousness.
Kyle loved it.
Yeah, this movie's awesome.
It's Kyle's Venom, as he put it.
It is
it's-
Kyle's Venom.
That's I came into the office, told Eric like how he feels about Venom
I
was how
understand.
I understand. I understand. I still think that's incorrect to like Venom, but I understand a bit more. No, Hellboy. I think people going into this have to realize that this is just going to be a different take. Well, kind of a different take on the character as compared to Del Toro's
parts.
version. So I tried to go into that with that mindset, and it worked for me. But definitely, it's really its own type of movie to where
Right.
it's pushing to become self-aware of how over the top and ridiculous it is when it comes to like all the monsters that are in this movie, all the action that is in this, all the gore that's in this. The movie is also at a high pace of 1,000 miles an hour while
is.
on
with the
LSD.
occasional pit stops for exposition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I'll get to that part later, but it's just a high fast-paced action movie to where you barely catch a breath with all this blood and gore thrown
Kind
at
of watch
you,
it with
and
a group
it's
of friends
so
and a couple
amazing.
beers type movie.
There were beers in the movie for sure.
Probably from a lot of people.
They weren't supposed to be there, but they were there.
Yeah, see, that's kind of the vibe I got from the. And once the review scores came in, because it's not doing super great critically,
at an 11?
But I was like, yeah, like 11. We're a whopping 11%.
It is rotten.
It's got double digits, okay?
It is like
for now
rotten. Sometimes people just like rotten.
But when I see that and then comparing against the trailer I saw, I was like, I wonder how many of those critics just are taking it a little too seriously.
Oh, they are, because
there are those movies. Maybe it's a cop out to say, but movies at the end of the day they're supposed to be entertaining.
This one was.
Yeah. And if it's entertaining, then.
A couple of things. The critics, I don't know how you could write seriously about this movie. It's so cheesy and over the top in parts that I don't know how you could criticize it with any sense of seriousness. Yeah. It is definitely so bad it's good. Mm-hmm. Then I felt that it was casted perfectly. I liked
David Harbour.
That did,
great.
Yeah, from the get go.
So
Ron Perlman is perfect as Hellboy, but this is a great version of Hellboy.
Oh my gosh,
too.
I actually, to some extent, almost liked him a little bit more because he seemed to have more fun with the character. There was more.
The entire cast knew what movie they were in.
Yeah, so
yeah, for sure,
perfectly well casted. No. I loved all the characters. Daniel Day Kim was awesome as his character.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
Oh, and his twist and stuff, which you saw coming. That wasn't a shock, but anyways.
Was he the guy who's originally supposed to be?
No,
Deadpool
it was
guy.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be the
Ed Skrein.
Yeah, Ed Skrein, but then he had to bow out because there was a lot of.
Oh my gosh, and I'm so glad he
backlash.
did because Daniel Day Kim was
good?
awesome in it. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth the switch.
He's good. Yeah, so I thought very well casted. I felt like there were some really good.
Ian McShane's amazing too. By the way,
yeah, he is as a as a terrible father,
but at the same time,
but loving,
a
loving terrible father,
loving as an awful father,
like a father.
I can
that
see
would
him playing that perfectly.
Crack a beer and be like, don't be a wuss.
Yeah.
But I love you.
Mm-hmm.
So that was all good. And then there was scenes that were really actually well crafted, had awesome special effects, had great fighting, all of that.
Yeah, great choreography, great makeup and costume design.
Right. But at some point,
for the most part,
I think
for the most part,
I think they ran out of money in this process because there are scenes that are like, is this a placeholder?
Like,
we all of a sudden go to the Hellboy TV series.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad. The quality is so night and day different in some scenes. Is
it
bizarre?
Like the first half of the movie looks really good and the second, or vice versa, or is it just kind of random?
It's random.
They chose specific scenes to invest the most money into its CGI, and then there's a lot of other scenes to where it's
yeah, you know how you
good.
develop a movie? You don't develop it in sequential order. You develop scenes as they come.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why it's peppered in there because I feel like that's the scenes they got to develop first, and then they ran out of money.
We're not gonna have even close to the amount of money to finish this thing the way we want to, so we gotta pick and choose.
The editing in this movie is also the cause of that type of peppering effect because there is so many scenes where it's going super fast, 1,000 miles per hour, and then all of a sudden, wait, we need to, instead of being self-aware from those 3 scenes, have to backtrack and give an exposition dump on what's happening.
Okay,
it's
guys, are you still with us? Here's what's happened.
Can you breathe?
Are you
good.
sure?
Here's what's happened. When instead the movie really just needed to not do that as much and just accept this is a movie that you have to go into and just understand that this is the world that you're living in, and you're not going to give too much of an explanation, otherwise you will be bored.
Nobody's really asking for that.
And it's really what the biggest criticism of this movie that I hear is the pacing, that it feels like a 3-hour long movie.
I was gonna ask, does it feel overly long?
For me, no. But I understand.
How long is it? 2 hours, hour and a half?
Probably at the cusp of 2 hours. I understand what people are coming from with that, though. I think for those who aren't invested for the first 2 minutes like I was, will feel that 3-hour feeling to it. But for me, it was able to fly by enough. I felt the pacing issues, but it was enough to where I was fine with it.
Okay.
No, and I think I would just add that there is a crazy throwback scene to when Hellboy is summoned, right? Because everybody knows he's summoned from the underbelly of the underworld.
Thanks to those Nazis.
And he's like a little baby, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a baby, but he looks more like a toddler when they...
Yeah.
Because this, again, it was a scene that they
really
must have ran
CGI
out of money on because it's really bad. We should probably have Hellboy in this scene.
I'm surprised you didn't hear me, because when he pops up, I just went, oof. I was like, that is a rubbery devil baby.
Not a baby because he's standing
up.
up.
But it's scrounging for pennies.
But it's a bummer too, because there are great scenes to where, like I said, the costume, the makeup design, the CGI to add on to that, it looks really good and really cool. In some scenes. But it's not done throughout the entire film because they clearly chose where to spend their money on what scenes.
Yeah. So anyways, Nazis resurrect. And I don't even want to get into how cheesy the Nazi scene is, because if you didn't know they were Nazis, it's like amazing. Nazi paraphernalia everywhere and like big red swastikas on their chests.
Yeah.
So
every Nazi has to have at minimum 12 swastikas on them.
It's just so you know they're Nazis. And there's the character that gets introduced in that scene, Lobster Man, and I swear he steals the whole movie for me.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know Thomas Hayden Church was in this movie.
Yep.
It took me a second to remember when we were talking about it earlier this morning, but once I remembered, I was like, oh, yeah. He stole it.
Because Kyle committed a cardinal sin. He got up before the end of the credits and missed the mid-credits scene.
Blame me on this
one. Keep fighting the good fight, Kyle.
I let him in on a secret. Guys, house lights come on when the credits are like done rolling. But if there's going to be a scene, house lights don't come on for the scene. Yeah. So it was dark in there.
Industry insider knowledge right there.
And Kyle got up and left, everyone. And he missed the best mid-credit scene.
As much fun as I was having, like I knew I needed
that was enough for me.
Yeah, that was enough of a good time. But the scene sounded cool, but I don't think I'm missing too much.
Don't stop.
Keep skipping those end credit scenes. As much as Kyle liked it, he should have stayed for that scene.
Yeah, it sounded funny, but I'm fine. I'm not too heartbroken over it.
So now I think our enthusiasm is rubbed off on Eric.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see it. I love So Bad It's Good, or just, in on the joke
and
movies.
All the blood, especially from what you've told me about gore. Mandy. Like, it's... Yeah, you're going to like it, man. You're going to like it a lot. And it's going to be for a specific type of crowd, too. Like I said, the first 2 minutes... amazing monologue, that's fantastic, but in those first 2 minutes you're gonna know whether you'll like this or not.
It's a monologue, like if Dad was trying to retell you a story, but he
adding
has
his own he's
adding his commentary loose. Like, she was a horrible witch, do you blame her? Like,
she is a mother effing witch, and she is gonna do some damage if we do. It's like that type of thing, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm in.
So not only are there
I have to
I already know I'm going to be in, so
scenes of disparity with the quality of the CGI. There's just different scenes that are like tonally different. There's like straight up horror, like when he's in the house with that melty witch lady.
Yeah.
And then there's that straight up like comic book, like Zaf Brannigan coming to the rescue to kill the Nazis.
Yeah, this sounds right up my alley. It sounds like one of those movies where there's always something to be laughing at or picking apart in a fun way, whether it be the actual movie story itself or the editing or the tone. So yeah, I'm excited.
The Hellboy fans, the true Hellboy fans are not going to like this. I'm sorry to say. But
it's blasphemous.
Yeah, and as much as I love Del Toro's version, like I was able to just accept this one for what it is and just have a good time with it.
That's all you can really do at the theater. Yeah. You already spent your money.
It's hard for me to get those movies too, but this one did it.
Kyle and I have agreed this is the best King Arthur movie ever.
and we shouldn't say much more of that because that's just a whole other explanation.
No, that's not giving anything away. That's explained in the first 2 minutes.
I'll see if I get it.
The best King Arthur movie, at least in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably not hard to
Rivals
do.
The Last Night.
Okay, well,
and in terms of box office for Hellboy, it's gonna have a rough time.
It's gonna have a rough time,
especially after seeing it.
You think people aren't gonna be telling all their friends what you just told me?
No,
it's fun, but if you had to decide between this and save your money for Avengers and IMAX, Dolby, blah blah blah, then
and Shazam, still people are loving it. Everyone's its word of mouth is through the roof.
I thought it's
so good.
At first, I thought it could be able to barely cusp Shazam and take #1, but now I won't be shocked if it's
I think
still #1.
Most people are predicting Shazam will Shazam will hold on to the top.
Especially after seeing it, I agree.
So what else comes out? I know
it's Little and Missing Link.
So Little is the story of the corporate CEO who goes wakes up and she's younger again.
Yeah, she's in a little kid body.
It's big in reverse. Universal comedy.
And then we have Missing Link from Leica Studios.
Yeah, which are always criminally underperform just because I don't know if it's the name recognition isn't out there.
I think it's the type of animation.
The stop motion is
I think that's a part of it. It's great,
which is unfortunate because it looks beautiful. And
definitely.
The time and effort and passion they put into those stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't over exaggerate.
No, not at all.
I don't know. Hopefully this one can do improve over their past movies, because they're all good, but I think each one has done a little bit more than the one before.
I know,
I mean,
right?
Kubo was their biggest one, and that could help
Yeah.
people remember that and have
Kubo was kind of a
Kubo
sleeper
was
hit
so
when it went
good.
on like streaming stuff, and people kind of started
exactly.
seeking it out in their homes.
Yeah, that's where I found it, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
me too.
regret not seeing this in theaters.
Paranorman got hurt because of the like the gay scene at the end, and it's not even really that bad.
I haven't even heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so
that was a while ago.
And
That's
so a
right.
lot of like really conservative areas who normally would love a kids animated movie didn't want to play that one. So I think it was hurt a tiny
Is
bit.
the main character gay in that movie?
No, it's one of the side characters, and you don't even know until the very end when it's referenced that he wants a boyfriend, not a girlfriend. Like he's in high school, and the girl is all over him, and he's like, no.
How dare he?
And I can't even remember how the scene goes. It's like so innocuous.
Totally inconsequential.
Yeah, it's like how people freaked out over Beauty and the Beast having a gay scene, but it was
Which
like
it
so
A gay
minor.
scene. They smiled at each other.
They danced and touched.
Yeah. Oh,
Ew,
goodness.
Yeah, it's
That's
so minor.
different viewpoints, man. But
I think what happens is people freak out, and then word of mouth makes it worse.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it makes it
Everybody
way-
sensationalizes
they
it.
just escalate what really happened. They're
That's
like,
always how it goes. You read all these things, and then you watch, and you're like, what?
Right.
That was the...
Yeah.
Okay.
That caused all the hubbub. But I want to tell you,
happens all the
everybody,
time.
this weekend, I'm going to go see Missing Link, and I'm taking my 3-year-old son, and it's going to be his first movie.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. It's a
We're
big
gonna
moment in
That's
a person's
awesome.
life.
Yeah. So we
Bring his little missing link toy or
Yeah.
doll so he can hold on to it if he gets a little.
we got these
if it gets a
really
little much.
Yeah.
really awesome Missy Link toys from Annapurna, now United Artists, from their exhibitor relations department. They came in packs.
Thanks, guys.
Promotional packs for theaters. So theaters can order these promotional packs that came with like colored pencils, some coloring books, and these really awesome Missy Link dolls, and the arms are posable.
Oh, nice. So they like those bendy
Yeah,
kind
so
of
the
thing?
Oh, that's
boys
clever.
put the arms around them, and then the Missy Link holds on to them like
Aw.
piggybacks. So we're gonna take both boys, 3 and 5, and we're gonna go see Missy Link with their missing links.
Nice.
It's gonna be so fun. It's 3 years old is probably a little young for the theater, but
Maybe.
But I think it'll be so
Be a
fun.
good movie.
yeah, because they'll get it. They have already been exposed to missing links. They're not gonna be scared of that.
Yeah.
They love that guy. So
Yeah, they've already fallen in love with their toy, so even if the animation style's a little weird, they're gonna be like, they're gonna see their toy when they see him on the
yep,
screen.
I'm
That's
so
a good point.
excited.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
So we're gonna get popcorn. We don't do soda, we do water, but
Good
M&Ms and
good
popcorn,
call.
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Gonna
I
spend
can't wait
so
to
I
much
can't wait to
money.
hear about it. That's so cute. Good for
Yeah.
you guys.
So this is like the fun part about movies. This first time planning a whole trip around it, getting excited for the right
just the
one
whole
to come
outing.
along.
Yeah, it's
And
like a
then
ritual.
At the end, you wonder why you did that. Okay.
And halfway through, I'll be like, he's not ready
This was a
because he wants to
mistake.
move around. But that's
I
fine.
think it'll be good. If he does, that's kids. They always do that.
Right.
It's
And
nothing.
and I think
it's-
him. Oh, sorry.
It's
I'm
not
sorry.
necessarily that the movie's not working for him or anything. It's just
No.
kids have to move
Oh,
around.
low, short attention span for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe if he sees other families and other kids like somehow watching Missing Link, if they don't get bored, maybe they'll be like, "Ooh, what am I missing with all these other kids?" Like,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the toy like distracts him too during that. That's like one reason
that
why
actually
we're
could help,
taking the
too.
doll.
That could
That'll
help,
be
too.
good.
That's
That'll
a
be
good
good.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that'll
I'll
be
have
awesome.
to let everybody know how it goes.
Yeah,
But those are my plans for this weekend.
yeah.
So are you guys going to see anything? Eric, are you going to see Hellboy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm super excited about it.
I cannot wait
Yeah.
to hear your reaction to it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try and see Missing Link, but I'll be out of town, so I won't be able to.
Right.
Um,
Maybe you can see
go see
Little. Maybe your girlfriend will want to see that.
I'll ask her, but odds are, odds are we'll
not.
probably just wait till Endgame.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Well, lots of big news. Awesome. Good trailers. Star Wars is back.
Yeah,
Hellboy apparently is so bad it's good.
Yeah.
So bad. so bad. It's good.
So bad it's so good.
So bad on so many levels.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so ready.
And I mean, everything that we talked about here and everything that we
Yep.
saw and explained, it can all be seen on silverscreeninsider.com.
Check out the Star Wars trailer. It's #1.
Yeah,
You gotta go
it's
check it out.
trending.
No, it's #1 on our site.
That too, it is.
It's at the top. Go
Yep.
take a look.
It'll be like the
Can't
first
miss
thing
it.
you see. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out the side spread. What we're about. We're just company trying to help out theater owners understand how to get their movies to play better and just
get those
embrace the theater
butts
experience.
and seats.
It's a weird industry.
That should be our new motto: butts and seats.
Butts and seats.
We'll place butts in your seats.
Butts and seats equals money.
Butts and seats.
Okay.
Hashtag butts and seats. Hashtag Off the Break Podcast.
Yeah. Get that shout out there too.
All right. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Until next time.
Bye.